everyone, welcome back again to the 80s Movie Den. So for this episode, I just wanted to highlight a reality show from the early 2000s. It ran for about 10 years, I believe, 10 to 12 years, and it was literally my favorite show. And it finally got me to go ahead and get my motorcycle license. Fell in love with the show, fell in love with the bikes. And, not even so much the bikes themselves, but the process of building the bikes. I really am a motorhead at heart. I love cars. I love motorcycles. I work in a high school and I work in an auto shop class, and it's like heaven being in there. Getting my hands dirty, turning wrenches. I'm really loving it. And I'm learning a lot too, so. The show was American Chopper. It's not on the air anymore. Of course, the episodes are on in syndication. But I absolutely fell in love with the show. I fell in love with the process of fabricating and building bikes, coming up with concepts. And I fell in love with the characters. It was a family-run business. The Tuttles, Paul Sr., Paul Jr., and Mikey were the main characters, I guess, of the show. But they had a great supporting cast of employees that worked there as well. Vinny DiMartino, Rick Petco. There were a few other ones as well. They were all awesome characters, and they all added an awesome element to the show. And I couldn't tell you how hooked I was on it. Back in the day, it was appointment TV, right? There was no streaming. So it was on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night, and you had to wait, right? You had to wait for the following week for the next episode. And usually the way those episodes worked was the first episode, they always seemed to be two-parters. Some of them were three-parters, but the two-parters were basically, they'd meet some corporate entity that wanted a bike built, so they would have to come up with a concept, an idea for building the bike, a drawing, whatever. They would get the parts prepared, then they would start fabricating, and you wouldn't see the finished product until the next episode. So it was just a great way of keeping you hanging on. It was awesome, just a great show. And I was fortunate enough back in 2018 at the Toronto International Motorcycle Show. It was January of 2018. Paul Sr. and Mikey were going to be at the show. They were signing autographs and signing posters, and it was fantastic. The poster that I have actually is in the garage right now. I'm not going to go all the way up to get it, but I did bring out some memorabilia that I wanted to show you. But I was fortunate enough to meet them, and it was like a quick 30-second exchange, but they were just chill dudes. They weren't charging you an arm and a leg for an autograph. They were actually supplying, the show supplied the posters. They signed the posters, and you could bring a couple of items of your own, and they signed those as well, and they also took a picture. So I thought that was awesome. They weren't charging you $100 for a picture and an autograph. There was no gouging there. It was just really two down-to-earth dudes, and it was pretty awesome. So I just want to show you real quick some of the stuff that I got. So this is just a photo of me and Senior and Mikey at the show. I'm trying to escape that glare, folks. Sorry. So yeah, of course, you got Mikey, you got Senior, the Toronto Motorcycle Show banner in the background, and right there, they had just finished signing a book of theirs that I have. The book is called The Fine Art of the Custom Motorcycle, and I bought the book back in 2005 when I was in North Carolina. I bought it at a store there. And I've had it with me through thick and thin, through all the moves that I've been on. I've had the book for, it's 20 years now that I've had the book. And I'm glad that I kept it, because there were a couple of occasions where I was thinking about possibly just selling it. of course. But I decided I wanted to keep it. There was, I had a special attachment to it, so I didn't end up selling it. So the book in question is right here, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's a hardcover book. It's got a really cool emblem in the middle there, the Orange County Choppers logo that Paul Jr. came up with, and it's an absolutely beautiful book. And yeah, it's a couple hundred pages of like just awesome stuff. It's full color. You know, we can go through some of it. I can just show you real quick. You know, there's a brief history of the motorcycle culture. You know, here's a picture of Senior riding at the Daytona bike show, I believe that is. It talks about the 1950s and, you know, the whole history of choppers and, you know, how they came to be. Here's a great shot here too, of course, of Dennis Hopper and Peter Fonda from the movie, oh my gosh, Easy Rider, sorry. My brain is scrambled today. But yeah, so, you know, a lot of really cool stuff in here. This is a great shot. This is an overhead shot of the shop. You got Mikey, you got Senior and Vinny there. Vinny's on his knees there. They're looking at something obviously up close. Rick Petco's in the back there. You got the camera crew, and you've got Junior doing something as well. So just a great overhead shot of the crew. When the show first started, there weren't a lot of main characters in the show. It was basically just the family. But yeah, just a beautiful book, full color photos of the bikes that they've built, you know, how to fabricate gas tanks. Those of you that are still with me and haven't fallen asleep yet, thank you. Of course, the motorcycle that really, you know, made them famous, the Black Widow bike. All the webbing and just the intricate detail and design is incredible. So yeah, that's kind of the book. And then they signed that as well for me. So that's a picture of them. That's a picture of Senior getting ready to put the marker to the book, and Mikey's just waiting his turn. And then that's just me there. So that's the front of the book. And yeah, just a great piece of memorabilia. The book has really withstood a beating. It's taken a beating over the years, but it still looks pretty good. And of course, I got these, I love my bobbleheads. And I've got Junior and Mikey here. The Mikey bobblehead's the only one that actually works. Their voices.
Don't tell me what to do. Can you guys keep it down over there? I'm trying to think. My name is Mikey Wolfgang Tunnel. Artiste.
Mikey was kind of, you know, he was kind of the goofy guy and the comedian and stuff, right? So I want to get the Senior bobblehead working because, you know, he's a pretty volatile dude, and there's a couple of funny phrases like, I think one of them is, come on over here and turn around so I can hit you in the back of the head, right? So you'd expect that from Senior, but yeah, so I got the bobbleheads here. And of course, I got a poster of theirs signed. I will put it in this video right here, and you can see it. So, but anyways, yeah, I just wanted to talk about the show and, you know, what the show meant to me, and the fact, like I said, that it got me finally. I always wanted to get my motorcycle license. And when I started watching the show and watching the crew from the show going down the road together on choppers, I finally had decided, you know what, I'm going for it and I'm doing it. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up getting my motorcycle license thanks to these guys. And I still do watch the show. I have it on DVD. I have a whole bunch of episodes on DVD that I ordered off of eBay. And so yeah, if you've seen the show before, if you've heard of the show, please, you know, leave some comments and tell me what you think of the show and the bikes, and, you know, just give me your honest opinion of it. You know, some people think the bikes are cheesy, right? I've heard that before too. Some people think that Senior was, you know, too hard on his kids and, you know, the dynamic. Some people thought it was all set up and it wasn't even real. So, you know, just give me your opinions, ideas, and thoughts on the show if you've seen it. And yeah, it's always welcome. This This has been the 80s Movie Den, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.